Hey, folks. How's it going? We are back with our community call, and this is the March edition. And we should mention that it's actually the first community call for 2024, and we have quite some community updates to catch up on from the last 3 months, including a very exciting segment coming up later in the call with a very special guest. But let's move on to our community updates. All right. So to start things off, as you might have seen in the promotional material for this call, GitHub campus experts were at Hack this fall, and not just one or two. We had 12 campus experts, which interestingly was the largest gathering of campus experts as well at Hack this fall, initially for a campus expert summit, followed by mentoring, and judging at the hackathon itself. Now, if you want to get to know more about all the hackathon shenanigans and everything that we did, you can stick around towards the end of this call. We, like I said, we'll be having a segment dedicated to the hackathon. But moving on with our community updates, three of our campus experts, Suvin, Safnaj, and Hirantaya, had the chance to conduct one of the largest Git sessions in recent times at ICBT Colombo. This happened last month, and these are a few shots from that session as well. And Shamut got the chance to do a version controlling session, a bit technical session at Slit Malambe, and once again, we have a few shots from that as well. Now that we have gotten those out of the way, there's a few updates on sessions that we have coming up, and these are a couple of sessions from Subin. So the University of California is hosting an Open Source Summit 2024, and Subin will be joining as a speaker. And we're going to see him talk about a topic that you don't get to hear about every day, and that's building automated workflows with GitHub Actions. So we have that session coming up as a part of Open Source Summit. And Subin will also be taking part in a very special session on rethinking cloud native security with Zero Trust. And this will be happening at FOSS Asia Summit. Now, we know a few of our campus experts had the chance to speak at FOSS Asia Summit last year, and this year Subin will be joining from the 8th to 10th of April in Hanoi, Vietnam, where we're going to talk, where he's going to talk about cloud native security. Now, those were all the community updates that we have for you today. But don't go anywhere, because it's recap time, and we are going to recap about Hack this fall, which happened last month from 9th to 11th of February. So yeah, before we start talking about Hack this fall, we have someone very special, as I mentioned before, and that is Diana, a developer advocate from Manaj, a dev hero at Upright, and stall neighbor from Hack this fall.
Hello, everyone. That is me. Yes.
So before we get started, just a quick explanation on this very professional picture of hers that we have here. I asked for something to be put on a poster, and this is what I received. So I did justice to the image. All right.
So for people who haven't met me, I don't know if this is the image that you can possibly think of when you think Diana Pham, and if it isn't, I want it to be. So from now on, moving forward, when you're like, oh, Diana Pham, and you're like, oh, let me try to remember what comes to mind, this is the image that you should think
of. The one who got bitten by a goat.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So before we dive into the specific updates, how was your journey and your experience in India participating at Hack this fall?
Oh gosh, it was a very long flight. Let's start there. But once I got there, it was really nice. It was funny because you, me, and Carl, I think we were the only foreigners there in terms of being people from out of the country. And I don't know how much of a culture shock it was for you just being in India. I feel like we shared a lot of the same sentiment just because we actually weren't from there. And it was even funnier because everyone thought you were from India and that you were Indian.
we'll come to the lunchtime incident in a second.
Oh yes,
Uh,
yeah. Oh
we
yes.
will come to that in a second.
But yeah, overall, like really great experience, awesome food. I am craving mogu mogu and Maggie. I'm really sad about those two. I just haven't been able to find them or in the flavors that I wanted in the US. But yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I think the conversation between us really began a few weeks before Hack This Fall, when we were looking for flights and checking out airports, and then I think the conversation stopped when we wished, okay, we hope both of us can make it, and then the next time we spoke was, surprisingly enough, at the Campus Expert Summit. So, how was your experience, interacting with the campus experts for the first time, and it was really exciting from our end, because developer advocacy and DevRel isn't really something that we get to hear about a lot. I mean, it's growing, but there's a lot of there's not a lot of interest in that area when it comes to talks and stuff. So it was really great for us to get to interact with you and ask those questions and all that. And I remember Ashwin mentioning that most campus experts end up being DevRels themselves as well. So how was that experience for you from your end?
Yeah, so I actually went to GitHub Universe last year, and so I met a handful of campus experts, and so it was actually really cool to see them already know people in DevRel because there were so many of us there. I didn't realize that there were so many of us at GitHub Universe, but hopefully I'll be there next year too. Yeah, but in terms of like just meeting you all, you're all super sweet. Me and Carl, we were like going through 2, 3, 5 people just to find where you all were because so for context, I am American, so I actually live in Denver, Colorado. Right now I'm in California. And so me and Carl, my coworker Carl, who was there with me, he had an eSIM. I had a phone. That's it. I had a phone, so nothing was working. And so here we are. We can't do anything. Like, we cannot do anything. Our money is worthless. I remember at one point, like, we couldn't call Ubers. Like, it was not it. It was not it. And so I couldn't even contact Ashwin, who invited me to come talk to these GitHub campus experts. And so finally, by the time that I was there, I was like, I actually have no idea what they expect me to talk about. But overall, like they were also very sweet, gave us a lot of grace just for being so disoriented by the time that we got there. But everyone was just really eager to learn, and based on everything that you told me, you're all super brilliant people. So it was nice meeting just really smart people who were a lot smarter and more talented than I was when I was in college. So yeah.
I remember on the corridor you connected to the hotspot and all the notifications came running in, I think,
Oh my
from the past
gosh.
few hours.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was just like, are you coming? Are you okay? Are you here? Are you alive? Like,
that's what happened to me the next day, but we'll get to that also. But let's move a bit more into the details of the experience at Hackathon. We both got the chance, you more than myself, got the chance to mentor and work quite closely with some of the teams that had some really great ideas. And we actually saw one of the teams that you mentored come, I think, the first runners up, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, do you want to talk a bit more about the projects and what you saw and what you loved?
yeah, for sure. So there were just so many for me and Carl to judge because we were specifically doing the Vonage track. And just to give everyone a general idea for context, in case you weren't at Hack this fall, I work for a company called Vonage, and we're a telecommunications company. And so if you need to add like text messaging or messaging, video calling, voice calling, anything like that to your app, then that's what we provide. And so the prompt for Hack this fall on our end was building something with one of the Vonage APIs. And so me and Carl, I think we had a total of like 30 something to judge within 2 hours. And so we were just blowing through them. And we had a lot of favorites. Real quick, if you were at Hack This Fall and you were either a hacker or, oh, hi, Sid. No, you're just at Hack This Fall, drop a comment. I'm just curious who is here. Also, which side am I on for people? Anyhow, but yeah, Vonage wise, judging all of that. Yeah, so the team that won first place for Vonage got first runner up, And I think everyone there knew because of how loudly I cheered for them. I think they were also surprised. I don't even think they knew they won because of how loudly I cheered for them. So people thought I won. I remember Sid being on stage announcing it, and he got startled. So, he was like, "Oh, did something just happen?" Well, yes, you just announced my winner. Anyhow, just to give you some context, actually, I'm going to share the blog I wrote, if you don't mind putting that
Sure, go
into
ahead.
some light.
I
But it's
remember.
pretty much just. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I remember they were coming off the stage and you were running with your gimbal to get a shot of them and
Yes,
interview them.
yes, yes. I remember like cheering for them and turning around, and I don't think they even knew they won at that moment. But what they built was this app called Perfect Pal, where it's kind of like, what's a good example? By the way, it's like 7 a.m. for me. If I look alive, I'm really not. Uh, it is a good example of like babysitting apps, except for your pet. And so they included the Vonage API so that you can actually like get FaceTime with your pet while you're gone. And I found it so funny how these guys are so candid, and it's hilarious with them trying to be funny. So during the judging portion, as they're presenting to me, they're like, "Yes, we integrated the Vonage API so that pet owners can talk to or like can meet the person uh, who's offering to watch their pets, and you can just make sure that they're not crazy over this call." And it was just really funny to see that because it was a very practical use case. So for sure. They also use like the SMS API just to get a notification when someone wants to watch your pet or if someone is out there like trying to get their pet watched. So that was a super, super cool project. Their UI was beautiful. I don't know if you remember the presentation. If you haven't, go to my blog that I shared wherever I
We have
shared.
it on the chat.
Okay, no worries. I'm just going to point like abstractly, hoping that people will find it. But yeah, I highlighted it there. I have a short video. They did their demo. Really cool. Also, let's see, where's my honorable mention? I also have my honorable mention. Okay, am I pointing at the chat? Is this it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Roughly.
cool.
On
Cool.
YouTube.
Okay. But honorable mention, here we are. My team, what is their team name? Don't remind me. Not that you could, but Geeks.js, there we go. They built this app using hardware, and that was actually really cool. So they
Was it
also
the
used the one.
glasses?
No, there were glasses? What?
Yeah, I'll come to the glasses. That was my personal favorite.
Oh, really? I didn't get to see this
Yeah,
one.
they actually had a working hardware example.
Oh my
Do you
gosh,
not
what?
remember the demonstration? Yeah, it was actually since we got to it, so it's actually like a pair of glasses that was designed for visually impaired people. So what they did was they tracked out routes and maps using something like a crowdsourcing system. And once the visually impaired person uses it, they can use it to navigate like train station or yeah, exactly. Would have been useful for us there as well because there was a language barrier and all that going on.
Oh
But
yeah.
it was that was pretty much the basic idea, and they actually had a pair of glasses with a camera or something taped to it. I don't remember exactly what, but I remember seeing them take up the glasses.
Oh my gosh, like DIY, or just like tape camera to my glasses here. Oh, there we
I
go.
do
Oh, hi, Ashtosh. But
remember.
yes, he is in the chat right now. But just to give you a quick spotlight on, yeah, I just totally made up his team name. I don't even know what I said, but fake news. Don't listen to Diana. I'm full of it. But they created an app called VoteChain where they actually use the hardware to validate whether or not someone has voted using their ID. It was actually funny. So when they presented on the big stage, I don't know if you actually used a real ID, but then I saw that one. I was like, oh, information all right there, right? I'm just kidding.
I
We didn't see
remember
anything
this.
like super secure. Yeah, but I was just like, oh, all right there. Yep. But no, don't worry. Nothing concerning. I'll tell you that. But Yeah, so pretty much like you scan your card, you get prompted to vote, and they had hardware where you can actually press buttons based on what you wanted to vote for. It records it, it lets you know, it sends you a text message using Vonage saying that you did vote, and then if you try to vote again, it says you can't. I think I summed that up pretty okay. If I didn't,
I do
let me know.
remember that project. Yeah. And they had a pretty cool way of sharing their hardware-based project. I remember they logged on to a Google Meet, they switched on the camera, and that's how they demoed the unit. And I found that pretty innovative.
Oh yeah, that's right, that's right. Actually, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, I don't know. I was like betting as if these were chicken races or something. I think you were sitting next to me and Carl during all this, and me and
Yeah,
Carl
yeah.
were just like staring at the screen, being like, "Who did we vote? Who was on our list?" But yeah, just a few good ones on there. There were a lot of other ones, but head over to the blog, see what I found cool. Okay, it's what I found cool and who actually answered me when it really comes down to it. It's like, oh, who's not sick of Diana by now?
All right. So now that we've gotten the projects part as well done, how was the overall experience of the hackathon? I'm sure you have had this personally for me was my first hackathon, so I don't really have a reference point to compare it to. But I'm sure you have joined hackathons in the US or wherever you have been, and how was this experience? How different was it? How similar was it? Spill the beans.
Yes. So I wasn't at this particular one that I'm thinking of, but I remember in college I knew someone who went to a hackathon where in the US it was like very well funded in terms of just making sure that people have rights to get there, a place to stay. But when it came down to it, at least there were beds and mattresses and blankets and pillows here, which I was really surprised about because in the US, or at least the one that I'm referring to, you had to bring your own. And they took a photo and it was very nicely organized downstairs. Why do I know that? Because I got lost and then I saw the whole layout at the bottom floor. And then there was like this precious auntie trying to talk to me, but I didn't know Hindi. And I was just like, I'm so lost. And I just looked lost. Like, sometimes looking lost is a universal language. And I could tell she knew I was lost because I got down there and I looked around and then I looked at her and then she looked at me and then I looked around and I was just like, I'm not supposed to be here.
I think you went to like the office spaces that were down there in the basement. That's
Yes.
where we were on the first day. So
Yes, yes. And so, because I took the stairs, I didn't know how far down I needed to go to get to where I was trying to go, but apparently I went way too far down. So
you're
that was
probably
like,
too sleepy to count the
oh,
number of steps.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. And so that was just a little different for me, in terms of just it was a lot nicer, is what I'm saying. Like the layout, the organization was much nicer. Sid, you did an awesome job if you're still in the chat, but yeah, amazing job from the Hack This Fall team. What else is similar? What else is different? Also, it was huge, like huge. The amount of people that were there and the eagerness that people had to actually learn, that was the one thing that impressed me the most. Because to put it in perspective, you're here for what, 3, 4, 5, however many days it is. I don't know about like the actual hackathon, but however long they're actually like physically there. And you're working like almost X amount of time straight. And that's a lot of time. And yet you still have the desire to go learn about these companies, figure out what they want. Like that's honestly really amazing because I wake up in the morning and there's no guarantee that I can even do my job. I'm just kidding. But no, just seeing how driven and motivated everyone is and just eager to learn just made me really happy. And I think that that's just a very unique aspect to certain hackathons, especially knowing that you're going to be brain fried for the rest of the time. Also, just seeing how excited and energetic people still were by the last day, because for me, I went home and slept every night and I was still tired, while all of them at one point, I think it was on the last day, right? People started making airplanes.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
missed this actually. They
yeah,
made paper airplanes and yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if that was planned by the organizers or if they decided to do it?
I don't think so, because I think I saw the first one fly, and it was while I was giving out socks. And so that one first came, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I just kept on giving out socks from like my list. And then
We'll
as
come to the socks in a second.
oh, okay.
The
Yeah. Oh, it was unplanned. Confirmed. It was unplanned.
All right. So Tukir from the team confirms that it was unplanned. Wow. That's pretty awesome. So coming back to your viral socks, those were like hotcakes at the hackathon, and everyone was fighting to get a pair.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised because we had a set amount, and I had to make sure that, the people. Oh, I hope you like them. You should model them. I'm not asking for feet pictures. I gotta disclaim, but but if you got the socks and you like them, also let me know. If you didn't like them, I'm just gonna say sorry. I'll try better next time, guys. But yeah, the socks were surprisingly like a very hot item, especially because in theory for me, I was like, oh, socks are too hot for me to be wearing right now. But everyone was very excited about them. We also had other things like a pencil that once you're done using it, like the wooden pencil at the end, there are little seeds that you can plant. And I told everyone who I gave that to, I was just like, when you're done using it, please let me know what it grows out to, because I won't know. Not because I can't just ask, but like I will literally kill this plant before before I even see sunlight. So that was one other thing that we had. We had nice stickers. Yeah, we had nice stickers. I think the overall hackathon just had really great stickers, because you have little Octocat ones, and then the holographic ones from Vonage. Who else was there? Who had nice stickers? But overall,
I think we pretty much stepped up the sticker game, being neighboring stalls. I remember
sure.
we spread out Mona stickers all over the desk. And at one point, I'm digging through them, and then I see like a sticker that I'm not used to, a holographic one. I take it up, and it's actually Monage. Someone had, I don't know if it was you, but someone had come and purposely left one there.
So the day that you sent me that, I actually hadn't even gone to your side, so I had no clue what you said when you came up to me and you're like, there's an imposter amongst us, or something like that.
I remember that.
So that's why I was genuinely confused when you said that. But I think people came over to Vonage's side, and as they were like digging through whatever we had, I think someone actually dropped theirs in there too. And so I was like, oh, okay. At this point, all sponsors are the same. We're just gonna put it all on one table, and just kidding. Yeah, but socks I could not leave on the table. But yeah. Did you like yours?
Really run around. I did. I sent you a picture.
That's right. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Who else in the? Oh, okay. I'm glad.
Let's take a look at what we have in the chat.
Yes. Let's see.
Okay, so the paper rockets were started by the cameraman, it seems. I don't know how y'all coordinated between a room full of 600 to 700 people for everyone to hit the rocket.
And it was nonverbal. It was nonverbal. Just like paper flew into the sky, and that just happened. Like that's a bit insane. Who else is in the chat right now? Sorry, I'm just curious. Anyone else we know?
We have, of course, shout out to Sid, who's in the chat, the lead organizer of Hack This Fall, for those of you who don't know. Okay, so what's a Mogu Mogu? What am I missing? What did y'all do without me?
Oh my goodness. Does someone else want to explain what it is? Because I feel like they can objectively give me a good answer. But Mogu Mogu is this fruity syrup drink that has coconut jelly inside. And what did I try? I had like apple, which was my favorite. I had pineapple and some other flavors that when I got back to the US, I realized I don't have it here, or at least they don't have it where I go. And so I had other flavors, but I was like shook. I remember it was actually Ashwin who shared or who like showed me Mogu Mogu, and I sent a
When was
picture.
this?
It was after the conference actually.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah, and so they showed me Mogu Mogu, and yeah, that day we stopped by the gas station, got some of that, and we were crossing some borders, and so there was border patrol asking us about like whether we had like alcohol, drugs, and all that. Obviously, we didn't. For more context, is it just Gujarat that bans those things, or is it? Anyways,
Yeah, I
sorry,
think
I don't
this.
know why I'm asking you.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, I don't live here, but anyhow, so because of that, that's why there was border patrol checks to see if we had those things. Um, yeah, we had those things. We didn't, and here I am, English speaker. They don't know where I am. They're asking. They don't speak English, and so they're asking my friends in the car, and then they're explaining to him like, oh yeah, or they're explaining to him, yeah, she's American, and then he, and then the border patrol person was like, oh, but like, what ethnicity is she? And so my friend tells him she's Vietnamese. So fun fact, I'm Vietnamese. And he goes, oh, like Bangkok. And in English, I go, no, those are our neighbors though. and then and then as they're going through our bags, clearly I have more important
Oh, they checked
priorities.
all your bags and everything?
So they're still going through the car. They're still going through the bag. Once again, we just
Oh,
got
wow.
snacks and Mogu Mogu from the gas station. And so I pull it up. I look at the flavors. And as these men, they're supposed to be like very serious going through our stuff to make sure that we didn't do anything illegal. I pull up the drink and I was just like, hey, guys, to my friends, they're like, hey, is this one sweet? As these people are going through our bags. And so
What
I
was
think
their
once
reaction?
I mean, they didn't know what I was saying, but then I kept on saying Mogu Mogu. And so finally they asked my friends if I didn't understand any of this, but they had to ask them, like, oh, what is it? And then they explained that it's like this little drink that our precious foreigner friend is asking about and trying for the first time. And yeah, so that was my experience with Mogu Mogu. Also, as they're going through our bags, I like turned around and I think I'm a generally friendly person. I don't know what's going on. Like, I have no reason to be scared, And so I just looked over at them and they looked up at me and I was like, and because that is just how I am with humans in general, Ashton was like, yeah, they saw Diana and said she definitely does not have anything on her.
Yeah. No one that's possessing anything illegal would be that calm and
Yeah, yeah. Although I thought about this, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, speaking of Indian drinks, do you after this you can move on to explain the Indian drink situation at lunch that happened to me. It's better if
Oh,
you say
yes.
it,
Oh, yes,
but you
yes.
can continue. Yeah.
Um, yeah, so on one of the days, by the way, Hack this fall had great food. That's something that not all hackathons have, or even events, not even conferences. Conferences in the US don't always have great food, just for context. But Hack this fall had great food. I am feeling very, very guilty right now because I can't remember what they served that day, the day I'm thinking
They
about in
had gulab
particular. Do
jamun.
you remember?
Okay. No, I don't.
Yeah, guilty, equally guilty. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, we're just guilty people. We're
It
sorry.
was good. It was
It
good.
was good. It was good. And
That's
so
fun.
it was me, Carl, Avin. We were sitting together with like a few other hackers. And what day was it? I really don't remember. It might
Second
be the
day, I
last
think.
second. Okay.
It was
The
second day. Yeah. No, it was the last day.
it was the
Last
last.
meet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. And so it was the three of us sitting with some other hackers, me and Carl. Actually, I think all three of us got the same foods. Like whatever was on our plate, whatever was right in front of us were the same, like was the
Yeah.
same. And some hackers, very sweet, they got up and came back with two buttermilks for me and Carl. and just set it down. And I was just like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And it was just like seeing that, one, they were genuinely concerned that we didn't have it. And secondly, they probably just like knew that we didn't know to get that, because I didn't know where to get that. I didn't even know where it came from, honestly. I didn't even know where the water was half the time.
No, and the special part was that they came and gave it to you, and you know what they said? They were
Right. Sorry, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
They gave it to Dan and Carl, and they were like, since you came all the way to India for this hackathon, I'm giving you this. And that was the reason. I'm like, so I'm right here.
Yeah. I was like, I also came to India, or all the way to India, just for this, and no one's giving me anything. Yeah.
But yeah, most of the time, most of them thought that I was a local, and only if I had $1, which is good, yeah. And only if I had $1 for every time someone came up to me and said something in Hindi, and I went, English?
Oh, you'd be surprised how many people came up to me and spoke Hindi.
What?
Not at Hackathon Falls, just in India in general.
Really? People did that?
Oh yeah, full-blown conversations. I didn't even realize they were talking to me.
Do you wait for them to finish, or do you just interrupt them and go, stop, English?
No, thing is, I don't even say English. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't speak Hindi, assuming it's Hindi, which is awful of me. I should probably learn both. I should probably learn as many Indian languages as I can. I don't know how long that's going to take me, but
yeah.
I should.
So in the region that we were, there's mostly Hindi, and then I believe there's Gujarati, which is different. And yeah, I think that's what's mostly spoken there. I barely learned like a few words of Hindi, and then I tried to interact with someone who ironically didn't speak Hindi, and he spoke Gujarati. So I lost all my motivation there.
I think at one point I went on stage for the mini game during the break, and I attempted to say something, and I don't think anyone knew what I was saying. And I was like, well, that is my sign to stop speaking. But no, I definitely didn't want to feel discouraged, and no one made me feel discouraged about it, which was actually really nice. Everyone's just super, super kind, and they're very excited about sharing their culture. At least that's the kind of vibe that I got, and it's just an overall very welcoming area. Mm-hmm.
I know, and they were always, happy to answer our questions, bring us buttermilk, and they were just really excited
bring us
to have
buttermilk. Nah.
Of course, but yeah, very welcoming crowd and very enthusiastic and energetic. Like you said, even the second day or the third day, we went out to our hotels, we rest, and we come back, and they're coding. And the moment we come and open our stalls, they come rushing over to learn about something in that 5 minutes that they take the break on. So that was really impressive to see.
Yeah. What were the other projects that you saw that were interesting that day or week?
Yeah. So like I said, very early on, I got the chance to speak to the folks who were making the classes, and I was really impressed. That project was there, and then there was a really interesting project that used ML. So what they did was, so in public areas and at events, you can possibly lose stuff. And what they did was they used machine learning, and I think it was algorithm, to identify a lost item. So let's say I lost a yellow backpack.
Yes,
you remember this?
I did judge it because they use Vonage APIs too.
Oh, okay. So if they lost the yellow backpack, they can flag it on the system, and the algorithm will scan through the footage and say, tell the exact time frames the yellow backpack appeared at. Was that what was going on? Or?
Yep. Exactly that. So that's when they use the video API to actually show the video portion. It was super cool. And there were so many other ones. Don't ask me on the top of my head because there were just so many. But as I was going through it, I was like, I can't even build this myself. At least not in the time.
Yet here we are judging them.
Yes, exactly. At least like in the time frame that they built it, I was like, oh my goodness. Some people are just, The thing about being a judge is that, yes, you are responsible for making sure that the people that you choose to, win meet a certain standard. But at the same time, I think, I hope I wasn't a scary judge for anyone who I talked to. But even then, or even like, oh, am I still good? Am I still here?
I
Am I still here?
I don't think so. You were a lot, but not scary.
Oh, sorry, no, I meant Wi-Fi wise. I was a
Okay,
lot,
okay.
but not scary. Words only
No, I
Avin
think
would
that was
say.
me.
Words Avin would only say.
Yeah.
You're a lot, but you're not scary. You're just a lot, Anna. I'm just kidding. But yeah, as I'm going through it and as people are asking me questions along the way, I just felt very inclined to just help anyone who asked me. Because if you're reaching out to me trying to like actually improve your project and learn, I'll be more than happy to help you. And I hope that other judges or just other mentors at other hackathons are the same. Yeah. Because like this is a learning
Yeah,
opportunity
and
for
we
people.
definitely had like
Hello everyone. I'm still here.
oops. Okay. Am I
No, you're good.
audible and visible?
Yes, you're
Oh, awesome,
you're
awesome.
bothable. I was about to take over the show, and no one would want that. I promise you.
No, so you do have quite a lot of fans in the subcontinent. As we saw on your birthday, all the
Oh,
stories and all the mentions started going off, even even before it was actually your birthday in the US.
oh yes. Okay, those I I wouldn't call them fans, because then I would just call my mother. There's my dad right there. He's going in the garden. Anyways, but no, they're not fans. They're literally people I know. So I guess they're my fans. They're like my moral support there. Um, but yeah, my birthday situation. What happened there? Oh, so one of my friends who was not in my time zone posted, and it was public. And from there, a bunch of people saw that he posted, and people started wishing me a happy birthday before it was actually my birthday, or at least like my birthday in the US. And so I just woke up the day before my birthday, and I was like, "Oh, why is everyone wishing me a happy
I
birthday?"
remember this.
Yes, yes, but it was a good time. Was a good time. Um, I mean, we can kind of not really we know you're there. When you know that that friend is there, but you can't really see them, but you know they're there. That's you on this call right now. But yeah, no worries. I'm just curious, who here is actually from Sri Lanka? Okay, I'm really taking over the show, I guess. But I'm curious, who here is actually from Sri Lanka? It's one of those places that I would really like to go to, but I haven't had the chance. It's funny because I was telling Avin yesterday that um, I was telling my family about him and just the experience, like the whole situation at the lunch tables. And I was telling him if my mom was awake, then she would be on this call. Except it's kind of early for her right now. My dad, on the other hand, wait, where is he? My dad, on the other hand, he's awake at unholy hours. Like he'll wake up at like 2 a.m. But yeah, I wonder if Avin like knows I'm just running his show right now. Watch me say something horrible. earlier when we were earlier when we were talking about how guilty we were that we didn't remember what we ate and things like that, in my mind I was like, if I were to go to jail, what would I go for? Oh, okay, he hopped in. Oh,
Okay, you can see me.
did you hear any of that?
Uh,
Did you hear
Yeah,
any of
I'm,
it?
I'm, I'm, I'm just about to come on to that. So, were
Okay,
you
he's
talking about the whole going to jail story?
oh, I love how he had to come back. He was like, stop.
Oops.
Stop the show. Don't worry, I won't say anything horrible. But no, if I were to go to jail for any reason, it would be for taxes, for filing my taxes wrong. Because that's a thing in the US. In the US, there's like no clear explanation of how much you owe in taxes. They're just like, yeah, you owe us. And then if you don't pay the right amount, then you go to jail. That's it. So I feel like if there was anything that I go to jail for, that's it. That is it. How about you? Do you have something that you think that you would go to jail for?
Isn't that like Monopoly?
Yes, it's pretty much. I saw this meme the other day that was like, oh, my kid asked me what taxes were, and I told her that imagine you have a bag of Skittles and I tell you have to give some to me, but I don't tell you how much, and if you give the wrong amount, then you go to jail. And I'm like, that is spot on. That is what it is.
But
Welcome
yeah,
to the
I
US,
can't believe
American
that.
dream.
I can't believe that the 5 minutes that I left the stream, you brought up the going to jail conversations.
Yeah.
I made sure I rushed back really fast.
As soon as he heard prison, he was like, oh, no.
Join.
Yeah, I am back, everyone. But yeah, just normal conversations Diana has with, all of YouTube and everyone watching. Oh, it's live. That's cool.
Yeah, you just realized. I'm glad you realized.
Yeah. Imagine in the chat, or I was like, oh, hey, everyone, what would you go to jail for? What a live stream that would be.
All right. I think it's time that we move on to the next segment. So, Diana, did you read the instructions sheet that I shared to you earlier today? I'm just calling you out on stream.
I was like, if I did, that would have made me a good guest. Which I actually am. Yeah.
Awesome. So we're gonna play this little game called it's 5 questions, but it's a tech edition. So what we're gonna do is Diana will go first. She's gonna think of a word, and it can be sort of a tech related theme, a tech community, a tech tool, or even it could even be a person from the tech community that we both know.
Okay.
And we can ask questions. We get 5 questions, and at the end of 5 questions, we have to guess who it is.
Okay.
So
or what it is. Yes.
I'll
are
be
you
asking
going to come up with the person?
No,
Wait, am I
I'm
going
going
to
to be
come up
asking
with
the questions.
Okay, you're asking me. Wait, let me come up with a person. I didn't realize the person was the option.
You're doing a person, is it?
Is that your first question? This is what it would be if like remove all the tech. This is what it would be like to have me and Avin on a not reality TV show, like a talk show together.
We were actually I wasn't planning to reveal this, but at Hack this fall and a few days following it, our main challenge was to see who can violate the code of conduct first. We're not going to be trying that on stream.
Nope. Let's not do that today.
Yeah.
I have a job, and I'm still waiting. Yeah, and he's still waiting for his custom sweater. So let's wait till he gets that first, and then we can risk it all.
And maybe till you collect enough money to like build a retirement fund.
Yes.
Then we're good to go.
There we go. I don't know if I could ever make enough money to recover from that, but here we are. So let's see. Let me think of a. Okay, I have chosen.
Okay, is it a person? That's my first question.
Okay, yes.
Okay, is it Ashwin?
I was kidding. No, it's not. That was very fair.
It's not a person?
It is a person. It's not Ashwin.
Oh, it is a person. It's not Ashwin. Okay, so I have 3 more questions. What kind of work does he do? Like, what's his specialty?
This narrows it down. They're a GitHub campus expert.
Oh, okay. This is tricky. Okay, were they at Hack This Fall?
No, just kidding. Yes. Imagine I said now
Okay.
and you're like off for you to just eliminate the rest of the
There's about
experts.
600 campus experts around the world.
Yeah.
That would have been really easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's down to
600
12,
so 600 all around the world, right?
somewhere around that figure. Yeah.
Which in
Uh,
perspective are not a whole lot of people. Because I know that there were a lot of applications and applicants that came in this year based on what I heard and what I saw on Twitter, and just people like messaging me, telling me their experience of applying and just wanting to like learn and grow from that. And yeah, so to put in perspective, 600 people of like 3 billion people, I know not all 3 billion people applied, but the fact that those people get selected, including you, Avin, like that's pretty amazing. And even for those who don't get selected, you're up against X amount of people and there are only X amount of spots. And so I definitely don't feel like people, anyone really out there should be too discouraged if they don't get a chance to become an expert this year and just continue to work on the skills. Try to get in touch with more communities, try to see if there's any kind of issues that you can address in the meantime, work on your public speaking skills, those kind of things until the next application comes out.
yep.
Those are
And
just my 2 cents.
yeah. No, I agree. And adding to what you said, more than getting discouraged, you have to understand that there's so much more opportunity out there. Like you don't have to be a campus expert to do most of the stuff that we do. It's just that they're behind us to support, and there's many other programs, similar programs as well out there. So you can explore and make sure that a GitHub campus expert application rejection isn't necessarily the end of your tech community journey.
It is a redirection to another community, possibly. There we go.
Yeah, exactly. Just like we keep switching conversations. We were supposed to be playing a game.
Oh yes, yes, my bad. Okay, yes, they are a GitHub campus expert. You have 3 more questions, I think. Oh no, you asked if it was
I have
Ashwin.
2 more.
No, so you have 2.
Okay. I wanted to ask are they Indian, but that will only eliminate
That really
myself.
narrows it down for you. Yeah, that really narrows it down.
that doesn't work. So they were at Hack This Fall. They were campus expert. Does anyone in the chat want to help me? I need help here. Yeah, phone a friend.
Imagine I'm just
okay.
like a little Delulu and I just assume this person was one and they're not.
Oh God, that is a real possibility. But is it too cute? Is in the chat?
No.
Oh, okay. I should really stop wasting my questions on asking is it X person. Is it Priyanshi?
Yes.
There we go.
Yes, and the reason why, the reason why I chose her was because I think I saw a post somewhere about her being like the team mom or like the GitHub. Yes. And so I just wanted some context around that. I wanted some context around that without having to actually explicitly ask that because I just thought it was a good opportunity for you to give her a plug. Because I don't actually know a whole lot about her logistically and what she does in terms of GitHub campus experting. So I was hoping that you can share that with me since she's not here.
Yeah, so she's originally from Lucknow, but in the past few days, I think she was in Mumbai. Okay. But yeah, she was one of the campus, for those of you who don't know, she was one of the campus experts who joined us at Hack This Fall. And she actually delivered a workshop on using GitHub Copilot at hackathons. And yeah, I think what Dana was referencing to was the fact that we call her the team mom because she pretty much like remembers where we are and like you have to wake up now, you have to go here now, you have to go there now, and bosses us, but in a very friendly and required way, especially when handling people like me. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I don't think I could. Oh dear, you totally set the bar for me. Now I have to actually come up with something.
All right. we'll do. I'm gonna go away from people and I'm gonna do something else. Okay, I'll tell you what it is.
Oh, I was. Oh,
It's a tech term.
it's a tech term. Oh dear. Okay. It's a tech term. How do I even ask questions about this?
No.
Is
Okay. Correction.
it?
It's a name of a product or a tool or like GitHub, for example, or OneArch. It's a name.
Mhm. Is this a GitHub product?
No.
Oh dear. There are a lot of products out there. Is this an open source product?
That's a good question. It is.
It is. Okay. Is this a
Okay, hold on. Let me help you. Since it's really vast out there. So this is a product that even though uh, this product is used by non-programmers and like general people in their day-to-day lives as well.
use code Avin for 10% off when you purchase this product?
No, it's free.
Is this
This product
ChatGPT?
is free. Sorry?
Is this ChatGPT?
Did get you.
Is it ChatGPT?
Oh, no, it's not. ChatGPT is
Oh.
not open source.
Oh, why I wasn't sure. Because I was like accessible
Did you
or open
doubt my
source.
knowledge?
No. I doubted my own. Which is actually so funny story. I'll get to continuing asking questions, but there was actually a demo where I used an OpenAI API back when GPT wasn't as complicated logistically as it was or as it is now. And so everything was working fine, dandy, built this demo, did it a million times. Of course, when it comes demo day, by the way, this isn't a small conference. This is a conference that was held in a movie theater. And so all of our screen projections are on a movie screen, like a giant movie screen.
Wow.
So hit run, nothing crashes, no bugs, nothing. Says successful, whatever, but nothing happens. Fast forward, I realized it's because OpenAI made it a limitation where you couldn't use whatever I was trying to use without putting down a credit card.
Without putting on what? A credit
A
card.
credit card, yes.
Oh, wow.
So here I am in front of a theater full of people with my code blaring up on a giant movie screen and nothing's happening. And I was like, anyways, so fun fact about my experience using OpenAI and realizing that it's not open source, but now I doubted myself and then I remembered that and I definitely, anyway. So something that most people use. How many questions have I used? I feel like you gave me more hints because I'm
You have
3.
used 3.
Okay. How old is this technology?
I can look up the exact year, but it's
Oh no,
really
is it
old.
like it's really old?
It's really
Okay.
old. Yeah.
I'm trying to think what's
It,
open source. I feel like I'm not aware that it's open source is the problem.
yeah. Yep. I'm like certain that you have used this product. Anyone who has a laptop, Windows laptop especially, uses this product.
I grew up using a Windows laptop or computer, seeing the green hills, blue sky. If you know, you know.
The only time you actually touched grass.
Yes. Oh my goodness, what is this?
Oh, okay. Do not open the chat. Do not open the chat.
Okay. Okay, so Windows, I'm thinking of what did I use? I used to use this like music app that had visuals. I don't know how close I am to that.
Okay, I think I know what
Is
you're
it
talking
me?
about. No, but you're close.
No. I'm
But you're
close.
close. Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, Ashutosh, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I'm sorry if I'm not. You've got it. You're spot on.
Oh my
So there are
goodness.
people in the chat who are getting this. So it's not me, it's you.
Clearly, I'm the problem. Hi, it's me. ownership of you being the problem. That's a leadership
Problem.
trait right there. Y'all could learn that one thing from me to apply to campus experts next year. It's that. Oh, is it the media player app? No? Am I thinking about it?
I need a name.
Or the... Oh my gosh, it starts with a V, right?
It's VLC Media Player.
VLC, yeah. Okay, there we go. I was like
There you go.
VAR, VCL, LMNOP. I'm one of those people who like acronyms are not for me. Of course, that's amazing.
I love acronyms. Speaking of,
I hate acronyms. But Ashtosh, you're awesome, by the way.
All right, 2 more. So you can go once more.
Okay.
Just go for something harder now that we've raised the bar here.
Okay. No, I actually wanted to choose something hardware from that I grew up with, and I was hoping that you can do the same.
Okay.
Wait, do you know how old I am? No, don't say it out loud, but like, do you know how old I am?
I do, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, go ahead.
No, okay, okay. Is this still being used? Like, widely used?
No.
When was the last time you saw one of these? Okay,
probably on someone's shelf. Okay.
Is it a floppy disk?
Oh my god. Okay, I almost chose that one, but no, it's not.
Oh,
no, it's not.
Okay.
I just aged myself though, the fact that that was the one that you went for.
It's like those videos on Instagram where they ask you to guess a number, you think of one, and then you're like, this is what everyone thinks, and you switch to another number.
Yeah. No, that was tell her she's old without telling her she's old.
Oh, God.
But no, it's not a floppy disk.
Okay, is it a cassette?
No. But I also grew up.
Oh, God. I think, how many questions more do I have? 1 or 2?
I'll give you 2.
Okay. It's hardware. Okay. Is it related to music?
Yeah.
It is.
Yes.
Is it a Walkman?
No.
Okay. I think I'm guessing quite far behind your time frame. Is it the iPod?
No, I actually don't. Did the Walkman come first, or? Oh.
Okay, I'm out of questions.
I didn't realize. No, you might be right. I didn't realize. Does Walkman make CD players? Because that's what it was. But yeah, CD players.
Player?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
When
have
was
you
the last
seen
time
one?
You saw...
So, oh my gosh. So I'm back in my
Yes.
childhood home at the moment. I don't think I have it. I don't think we have this.
No.
anymore.
I have seen a CD player. It's quite widely used here still.
Oh, really? Okay, my bad. I didn't realize that. Yeah, over in the US, I have.
I was going. Yeah.
No, my bad.
It's definitely diminishing, but it's still widely used here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just thinking of young Diana with my obnoxiously large. It was like this thick of a CD player, and then
it's externally connected to your laptop or your PC.
No. Or no, it's an actual like hardware where it opens up. Are we thinking about the same thing?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I know.
And then I have like my entire album like this thick of a collection as I carry it around, thinking I'm looking so cool with my like tangled up earphones. Yeah. What a look. Yes, the Sony one. Oh my gosh, man of culture out here.
I know, right? We should have him on the next time we do this game.
No, for real. And he can just guess. Actually, no, I don't want you to guess. The show will be way too short. And Our producers will not be
Yeah.
happy.
We don't have producers. Just kidding.
It's like this is
All right.
GitHub. This is GitHub Campus Experts, not Microsoft. Come on. But their production is amazing. If you've seen.
Moving on. Moving on. This is where we remove you from the stream.
Yes.
But moving on. Okay. So I have to guess something. Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Is it music related?
No.
Is it media related? Like movies? Sorry.
No. It's not media related at all.
This is hardware, right?
Yeah, it is hardware.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you an additional hint. It can fit in my hand.
It's not movie or media related. Do you? Is it a remote?
No, remotes are still being used.
Oh no, I was thinking the laser pointers.
No. This is pretty much obsolete nowadays.
Is it a phone? Type of phone?
Sorry?
Is it a type of phone?
Didn't get you.
Is it a phone?
Oh, no, it's not. It's not. So there are no iterations of it. There are no advancements. It's pretty much gone.
Oh, sorry. You said it was. Oh, you said it was obsolete. Got it. Oh my goodness.
Let's see if someone in the chat is getting.
Ash, this is your moment. I need phone a friend. I will phone you every time from now on. We will both phone you. I will phone you when I can't even remember my word.
Interestingly, no one in the chat has guessed it.
I'm trying to think. I'm gonna use up my questions, but like, TQ throw up.
Okay. Someone says I sensed. I won't say. Okay.
Man, I'm really bad.
Dana, close the chat. Close the chat.
Okay. Sorry, what do we know about it so far? It's obviously it is of your time frame. It is not media related. It fits in your hand.
Do you want one more hand?
What do I carry in my hand? Tech related.
I mean you don't. Yeah. So basically, everywhere you took the laptop, you took this.
Oh, is it a battery?
No, you took a battery.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry, TSA. Sorry, TSA. No, I was thinking external.
No.
Everywhere I took a laptop.
Something rare. Literally everyone back in maybe the 2010s had one of these.
Is it an adapter?
No.
Or a converter? Everywhere I took my laptop, I took this.
That's nowadays. That's every Mac user nowadays. But
oh, is it a mouse? Now I'm not even thinking about. I'm not even thinking about like time frame anymore. I'm just like going through a checklist of things that of hardware that fits in my hand. What do I take with me?
People use mouses.
Oh, that's right. Can y'all tell I have ADHD? It goes like through one ear out the other. But it was here for like 10 seconds and then it passed. That's right. It's obsolete. I have to remember that. It's obsolete.
The fact that you're not asking any questions either shows that you're really stuck.
I really am. I think did I get hung up on the hold it in your hand thing?
Yeah. So
you think I got hung up on that?
Your hand always. I'm just saying you can hold it in your hand. It's that size.
And everywhere I take my laptop.
Okay, one last hint. If you guessed pen drive, you would have been close, but not in terms of functionality. I confused you more.
Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. Phone a friend. You already know which friend you already know which friend I'm phoning. So if you are in the chat, could you please guess? We'll confirm or deny if you're right.
We'll actually see if someone in the chat can get this. Who was it that kept guessing everyone? Sony, I think.
Dosh.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah. Nope. Even we. Okay. He says he sensed it,
Oh, he sensed it.
but he
Okay.
won't get it.
Okay, well, he sensed it last time too.
Oh!
Oh, wait, was it that?
This person is too good at this game.
Oh my goodness.
It is an internet dongle. How could you forget? What?
Oh, I thought that was one of the things that I had guessed, or at least I thought I had said that.
Nope.
Oh, I said adapter. That's what it was.
So once the stream is done, we'll be posting the recording, so you can go back and check if you really said dongle or not.
My goodness, I'm
Very
horrible at this. I'm horrible at this.
Okay, last one. You think of something.
Okay. See, the thing is, I was brainstorming my entire childhood too, and then I was reminded that there are a lot more items in my childhood than others.
Were you a Wi-Fi kid? You weren't, right?
What's that? I was a dial-up. Like, yeah, we can't be on the phone and on the computer at once, okay? We gotta shut one of those things down. I knew when someone was ringing if my internet was like a little spotty.
Okay, so on dial-ups, if someone calls, the internet goes off?
Or there was like some delay, or there was some way that you could tell that someone was calling before the phone rang.
Okay. This still happens in certain mobile phones where the data goes out when you're getting a call.
Yeah. I think it was more of like a physical thing that you saw that I'm very
Okay.
grateful of now. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else. Let me think of. What else? Let me see what it's called.
You have to Google to find out what it's called? Oh God.
No, I had to make sure. I have to make sure I have the right name. It's an acronym, or it has an acronym. All right. So this isn't the actual hardware itself. It's a tool that goes with it. Okay, go ahead.
Is it software? The tool? Is it
No.
is it tangible?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Is it internet related?
No.
Is it media related?
Yes.
Is it those tapes? What do you call them? VHS?
So that is the acronym that I was talking about, but it's not that item. So something for the VHS.
Is it the tape that you put in? Does it have a name?
I know you're talking the player. No, it's not the player, but you're so close.
So is it what you put in the player?
What you put in the player? No. No, it's the opposite. So the VHS goes into the player, but what I have in mind is something for the VHS.
Okay, no, there's no way I'm getting this. That's all I know about VHS.
No. So pretty much when you watch a movie, you get all the film from one side to the other, right? And so growing up, it was very annoying for me to have to like manually have to unrewind it.
Okay.
So that I can start over. So that was what I was thinking of.
So you had something to do it?
Yeah. So there's like the VHS with like the two, yeah. So it's rectangle, two holes, right? So then the tool, or I guess whatever you want to call it, you slap it into one of the holes, the one that has all the film in it, and then you crank it so that all the
Rewind
film
it.
goes on the other side, so you can watch the movie from the beginning. I just aged myself so badly. Yes. Welcome to Diana's childhood.
Exactly. I think our carbon dating experts are really getting close to the region of where you grew up. A region in the sense the time frame with
Yes.
VHS
Wait,
tapes.
Ashna, did you guess that, or would you have guessed that? I'm just
I would
curious.
have, I would
What's
have
that? You would never.
I would have never guessed that. But I just realized that's probably where the term rewind originated from.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was even he was like no. I remember when DVDs first came out, and I took the DVD out and put it back in, and it restarted, and I was like, how am I supposed to know where I left off? There was actually a time I got a DVD as a gift for my birthday. So for my birthday, oh my goodness, he's never interacted with the VHS.
It's
Goodness,
really making
but
you feel old.
it really is. But there was a time, uh, yeah, DVD. So for my birthday, I got a DVD and a VHS for the same movie, and I ended up returning the DVD because we were like, oh, we don't even have a DVD player. Look where
Oh,
that
so,
got us.
so you had two of both.
For one of my birthdays, I someone gave me one and the other person gave me the other. So it was that in between era where not everyone has a DVD player quite yet.
Do you
Yeah.
remember what it was? Like what was on it?
What the movie was? I think it was Lady and the Tramp. Lady and the Tramp, the two dog movies. It's a Disney movie.
Nope, never heard of it.
No, with the two dogs and the spaghetti.
I think I've seen the meme.
Yes, yes,
Oh, okay,
that.
okay, that got it. Wow, this really went into like a '90s tech show,
Yes. Well,
which
now
is
y'all
fine.
know I am from the 90s.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't believe it's I can't believe it's 2024 and me realizing that when I get my ID checks, people don't even look for the actual like last two. They just see that if there's a one in front of my year, then they know I'm legal.
So they still ID you?
Yeah.
Do they ID everyone or just people who they
No,
suspect are?
there was actually a time where I was out with friends and yeah, they just asked to ID me, and I was like, oh yeah, like could I order this? They're like, oh, I'm gonna have to ID you, and for some reason I just didn't have that particular card on me. I think it was in the car or something. And then they turned to my friend and asked what they wanted to order, and then walked away.
Ouch.
Yeah, yeah, but it's okay. I will take it as a compliment and use it to my advantage for as long as I can. Sometimes I have like mild life crises, but I'm like, it's okay. I would like to think that I still look like a college student.
I did tell you a similar situation I had with the immigration officer, right?
Yes, yes. They didn't ask. So TLDR, they didn't ask him how old or if he was like
20, yeah.
yeah. They didn't ask him. They told him he wasn't.
Yeah, they're like, you're not 20. Fun fact,
Okay.
he looked at my passport, he asked my full name, and I was wearing my AirPods. He's like, I told my full name. He's like, no, you have to remove those and tell me. Someone could be telling you. So he made me remove my AirPods. Then he asked for my birthday, which I said. Then he's like, you're not 20.
How did you get through in the end?
You don't want to know.
No. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Adding to the list of ways that Avin could have gone to prison but didn't.
Yeah. No, he actually kept the stamp on my passport and kept asking me questions. I made sure I didn't stop talking until he stamped it. So it was pretty easy.
Okay. Okay. Well, it worked out. It worked out. There was actually a time that I went through airport security where something not similar happens, but they looked at my ID and they looked at me. I was looking like a hot mess that day. Like I did not look like my ID photo. It's the point. And then he gave it back, and I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Oh, you just look different in your ID." And I was like, "Are you calling me ugly?" I actually asked him this. I was like, "Are you calling me ugly?" And in Vietnamese, it translates a little bit differently. I was in Vietnam, and he was like, "You just look more charismatic in your photo." And I was like, "So you're calling me ugly?" And he was like, "Just go ahead."
What
And this
was
was
his
me going back
response?
to my country. This is going back to the US. And so it was practically him saying, like, please leave our country. Yeah. Fun facts.
And not come
Fun
back.
adventures. Yeah, pretty much. Fun adventures of Diana and Avin at international airports. Hoping they'll let us back in one day.
Immigration. Yeah. All right. All right. I think we're way past our time, but I really enjoyed the game, and I didn't want to interrupt the flow.
No worries.
But yeah, that's been it. Um, Big thank you for joining us here and
Thanks
going
for
through this.
having me.
Of course, we have actually been talking about launching, trying some content creation, or trying a stream of this sort. So maybe this could be a beginning to trying something like that out in the future too. But once again, thank you very much for joining, and big thank you to all our viewers tonight. We hope you enjoyed the stream, and for those of you who are watching our rewinds, thank you. And yeah, that's been it. Good night and have a great day.
Bye.